From Goit and Tame the water came, growing stronger with every tributary, marking prehistory from the peaks to the Irish Sea. Ebb and flow tide, fixing our memory and separating the boundary of tribes and tongues. Migrant sons and daughters, hard sinew, strong lungs to this harsh territory. Factories and farms, mines and mills, dockyards, shipyards, fool's gold distills. The river Mersey cuts through the soil, cotton and steel, tobacco and oil, coal and sugar, Tate and Peel, earth and water, hull and keel, slaves and serfs, ropes and births, chain us to the past, empire and colony. The flag on the mast sails up the estuary. Can you feel it, the pulse of the sea, the sound and spirits who lived and lost themselves somewhere here, buried beneath the sands and soil, transmuted into bones and oil. This is a place of alchemy and whispered blasphemies, a sandstone quarried legacy. The name in the valley says J. Ormsby, 1903. This is no place for livestock, though cows and sheep still graze on the flat marshes. The birds flock through a chemical haze and turbines rotate. Rock savage spews clouds onto slate. The incinerator burns energy from waste. The poison returns and leaves a nasty taste. And share prices equate to respiratory diseases and phlegmy wheezes. Holy temples, power to the people. 8 towers command the lay of the land. Electric gods, lightning rods, steam and soot, cyanide underfoot, mustard gas and phosgene, mercury and chlorine, Weaver, Bridgewater, Top Locks, Runcorn Docks, Western Point, Salt Union for Industry, British Waterways, MSC, Bottom Yard for the tugs, Toda Line, Salford bound. Navy's ghosts, nocturnal drugs, fight to save that sacred sound of flute and fiddle, the songs of their clan. Sutton Colliery, McKechnie's, no job for a man. Into that tidal drain it ran. No fish, no snigs, no clippers, no brigs. A bridge for trains with heraldic shields, a bridge for cars with rubberized wheels, a bridge for people, they hear no appeals for land stolen, Lancastrian vowels, and time never heals the indignant howls of separation from homeland streets, red brick plantations where 3 waters meet, space age estates, low cost rates, key workers from across the water cast concrete and pour mortar. The Guinness boat floats on its own barley foam. At Old Quay Bridge, where feral boys roam, wheelbarrows ready to transport home this vile effluent. Wig Island, Spike Island, stone roses, boiled bones, granites, gelatine, leather from the tannery, raw hides and seek, smooth and sleek, boots for the cavalry, all Wellington's men, and the boys at Ypres, never seen again. Puritan voices, Methodist groans, Protestant ethics, bankrupt loans, Christ in the storm, the ships lost at sea, coal and gunpowder for the Confederacy, cotton shares and slavery. These noble men, these heroes of industry, don't tell us of their piety. The river has seen their type before, the tide will always run its course from the sea back to its source, a gateway to prosperity, a puffed up regal ceremony, Work will never set you free. There never was nobility in back-breaking labour. Pains in the joints, the high priest anoints his flock of supplicants. The bees still pollinate the gorse in quarried valleys, silica blocks hewn from the bedrock, down to the docks. For cathedral spires, Stone Age fires shape the future in lakes and locks, and gravity pulls the moontide towards the rush of the ocean, its own reward. We swam in the cut on summer days, it still rots the gut, that oily texture down on Ferry Hut, the chemical stench of that poisonous trench, and surfing on the waves at Gantry Wall when two tugs pass and the old men call, "Get out of there, it's dangerous." But it's them and us, young men have no fear, and tug men cry into their beer at the Royal on double time, the rhyme of the ancient mariner. Time, gentlemen, please, cough up that bile, cure that disease. You will die before your time and join that cancerous slime you scrape from the silo. And with your bookies biro you'll cast your vote. X marks the spot, the pools and the tote, the nags and the dogs. Quick, grab your coat, swill it down your throat, the gaffer's in his clogs. Salt fixes the soup, animal, mineral, vegetable, and time is a loop. We've been here before, when the land was sea and the weather was hot, and on that alien shore we were born in stone. The earth is liquid at the core, and empires turn to dust. No one needs these waters now, that triangular trade is bust. The river turns to silt, and old warehouses stand empty as new flats and homes are built, with a picturesque view. The world is never new. Mersey keeps up a rhythm. It will always find a way back to its beginning, and topsoil turns to clay. The basin is older than time. The estuary has eyes. The riverman is stoic and wise. He was a strong man in his prime. His wife is watching the horizon. His children have moved away. He sees a dull reflection of where they used to shout and play. They came to keep on living, they came to earn a crust, and now the water's empty and bridges turn to rust. The big ship once drew in the water beneath its hull, and I can still feel its pull. Silent lights passing in the sleet, a Wednesday night game at Canal Street, hot soup and cold feet, the wash of the waves against the shore. How many strangers have passed through and missed the last minute roar. Here at the estuary, the Welsh hills frame the sky with primeval symmetry. The carvings in the cemetery, the soil is thin and dry, and schooners leave the port with cargoes to be sold and bought. They disappear into the mist, never to be seen again, added to the wreckage list. From Goyt and Tame, the water came, growing stronger with every tributary, marking prehistory from the peaks to the Irish Sea. Ebb and flow tide, fixing our memory. Stockport, Warrington, witness Runcorn, where it broadens into the estuary, into the sea, into history.